What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with our top 100 re-rank 10 through 1. We're going to talk about the 10 best players in my eyes going into 2022. But before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Get us to 500 subscribers as we'll be doing a huge giveaway. So let's jump right into it here. At 10, we have Ronald Acuna Jr. I mean, he deserves to be here. I know he was hurt last year. He's going to be hurt this year. But when this guy's on the field, he, he's on the field. That's for sure. The Braves, he's the franchise guy. I expect big things from him when he comes back in May. And it's going to be a much anticipated debut for him this year as well. Losing Freeman, I don't think it's going to help, or I don't think it's going to hurt him at all. There's some comments out there saying he didn't like him, blah, blah, blah. And then he tweeted out that this stuff's made up. That's an interesting story to talk about as the weeks to come. But his play on the field, I mean, what more can you like about this guy? A freak injury last year really derailed him. He still got that World Series ring, though, credit to his name, but I'm sure he wants to play in one himself. So he's going to do everything he can this year to make that happen. At 9, we got Trey Turner. I believe this man deserves to be in the top 10. 32 stolen bases, 28 home runs, average of almost 330, and he led the MLB in average and hits. How can this guy not be in the top 10? Didn't even play in all the games last year. The Dodgers somehow pulled off this trade last year to get him and Scherzer, who's obviously gone now, but they got Turner locked up for good. They lost Seager. It doesn't really matter because what piece are they going to bring in? Brought in Trey Turner. No big deal. I mean, this Dodgers team, they're going to cruise their way to the playoffs yet again. Obviously, probably win the NL West as well. At 8, another Dodger, Mookie Betts. I think he is a great player. Didn't have the best year last year, but he still belongs in this top 10. Defensively, he has a cannon. And that MLB best 41.6 WAR since 2016. How can you compete with that? You can't. You can't. You single-handedly can't. And he's the Dodgers' best outfielder. Sorry, Sippy. Cody Bellinger is not as good as Mookie Betts. But Dodgers, yet again, have guys in the top 10. No surprise there. 7, we got Vladdy Jr. AL best 4.01 on base percentage. 601 slugging. The WAR is 6.8, average of 311, OPS over 1, 48 runs, 111 RBIs. I mean, why won't we put up these numbers again with an even better roster this year for the Blue Jays? They're going to have to pitch them even more now. Scary, scary times up in the 6. And at 6, we got Tatis Jr. Love this kid. Makes the game electrifying. Every time he's on the field, you just have to watch him, what he's going to do next. Probably going to play some more outfield this year, not just short, just to, save him from getting hurt even more. But that wrist injury, hopefully he gets back middle of June. That's when he's projected back. When he does, he's going to be a huge boost to the Padres. I think he's going to win them probably 5-6 games just by himself. As you can see, that WAR there at 6.6. They need him back as soon as possible, and I think he's going to be eligible to come off that IL when he is. At 5, we got, I think, one of the best players in baseball still to this day. But, injury concerns have really put him down here, in my opinion. 36 games last year. Still look at what he did. Almost an RBI every other game. MLB best 75.6 WAR since 2012. Really shows he has been healthy most of his career. Just these last few years have been hiccups in the road. If he has a full year this year, it's going to be interesting to see what the Angels can do when they're actually healthy, when Ohtani and Trout are both healthy as well. At 4, we got the NL MVP and Bryce Harper. They're going to have to pitch to him even more now. As I talked about in the other videos, and Castellanos and Schwarber really bolsters their lineup with Real Muto as well. Harper hit 309, a very good year. Normally doesn't hit that high average, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But OPS over 1, I mean, it was pretty high over 1 as well. Home runs 35, 84 RBIs. I mean, I think at least half of those home runs were solo shots, so he didn't get as many RBIs as he probably wanted to, but he can't complain. I mean, he was the NL MVP last year. At 3, we got Freddie Freeman, the newly acquired Dodger. I love this guy. One of my favorite players for the Braves. Now he's dead to me because he plays for the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers if you haven't figured out. MLB has 284 runs since 2019, so he's getting on base and he's scoring. So he's a guy you want to get on base with almost 400 on base percentage, OPS of almost 900. Huge, huge upgrade for the Dodgers at first. I know they have Max Muncy, but they can plug him in at second, third, wherever. It doesn't even matter. This Dodgers team is going to be very scary as they have three guys in the top 10. At 2, we got Juan Soto, and you don't know how much I wanted to put him at 1. I do think he is the best player in baseball, but at 1, you're going to see why we can't put him here. Juan Soto, 313 average, OPS of almost 1,000, almost 30 home runs, almost 100 RBIs. He's going to be the Nationals guy for, I think, at least 10, 15 more years. If, the front office can obviously strike a deal there. But you can't lose a generational talent like this. He's 22, I believe, and he's already putting up numbers like this. It's insane. He's going to be a reckon for years to come. And at 1, of course, we got Shohei. Pitching stats, look at that. 130 innings pitched, almost 160 Ks, 3.18 ERA. First player with 10 home runs and 100 Ks in a single season. Last night he just set the record for pitching the team's first pitch of the year and also seeing first pitch of the year as well. The hitting stats, 46 home runs, 100 RBIs. The average, I think, can increase more this year, but, he's very, very good with his plate discipline with a 372 on-base percentage, over 100 points more than his average. What more can you ask from a guy in the baseball aspect? He pitches, hits well, and that's why he's here at number 1. But that's going to be it for the video today. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Get us to 500 subscribers. We'll be doing a huge giveaway. Could be a Shohei autographed item. I'm not saying it is, but it could be. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But until next time, the Bench Buddies are out.